We're back. Things did not go as planned last time. So what we're doing now is we're going to clearance everything and fix the body. So I took off fenders, I took off the front bumper, give us a little more room, and we're going to be trimming a lot of stuff in this transmission tunnel area. It doesn't really specify. There's really nowhere that really says that you have to do this until somebody starts asking questions. So we're going to show you what you need to cut and what you need to trim to be able to get your LS into your FC. So what I've found so far is this pinch weld here has to be banged down. The factory transmission mounts, you can kind of see a little bit of damage on those already from getting bammed on. There's a couple other little brackets in the transmission tunnel as well, and I might be hammering some of the transmission tunnel too, but that's going to take a while. So let's either throw it on the GoPro or throw it on the trap hizzy and show you how to get this done here. Piece of shit.
My basement's my business, so I don't want to go and do email stuff down. You gotta sneak off to jerk off.
Got him. That shit sucked.
I'm terrified.
Cut this guy, I cut slits in it so I can hit it and get it down flat, because it's not that down flat. This one's off. Cut this little bracket guy off. And then there's the e-brake. The e-brake like comes outwards in the car. So I don't know what the fuck if that's in the way or not, but we'll see. For now, that's done. So now I just got to do the easy part, which is this top pinch weld. Right up. So let me squeeze my ass out of here and then get to that, dude. Okay, so threw some slits on those marks. Now it's time to just hammer the fuck out of these guys. I'm not sure really where I could put you without knocking you down.
They like have a dance off every day. Stop. They have a legit like troop dance off, like where they see who marches the hardest. Screaming at each other. Fucking awesome. And they really peacock out. They're wearing like feathers in their hats and fucking strutting. Like goose steps. Fucking wild.
So we got pinch weld, slimy downied. Slimy downied. That's nice. So I'm hoping it should fit. But never know. So now I'm going to clean up a little bit because now it's pretty much like ready to do different things. So let me clean real fast. Okay, so we're back after our failed attempt at putting this engine in. What we did was clearance a lot. So the transmission tunnels clearanced, all that stuff's clearanced. You saw all that. So now it's time to try to throw this behemoth in there by myself. So I'm gonna post you up, and it's probably gonna be about an hour of struggling. So wish me luck. All right, so sadly, after all of that, it will not fit. So we are just off the engine mount on this side, and just off the engine mount about like that on this side. One problem that we're having is the way that I put the chain on the engine right here on the back of the head. It's hitting the firewall, so I got to get one of those things that bolts right here. Easy. And as you can see, the engine is not sitting on the engine mounts. It's about like this one on this side, it's basically like almost touching it, and that other side's like an inch off. But if you look at right here, that is the gap between the oil pan and the rack. That's not good. So, not really sure what we're gonna do there. I'm thinking that it's not mine yet, but I'm thinking that the oil pan that I'm planning on getting is going to fix that, but who knows. And the transmission is fucking tight in there, so it's gonna be a lot of hitting with that. But this shit is a slow process of trying to get this thing in here. It went smooth now that I cut like this stuff off, but man, this is not as fucking easy as it seemed. And ooh, there's something we could check, because the trans is basically in the right spot. We have our shifter hole right here. The shifter seems like it's gonna be about right here. So let's see how that'll feel. Seat is a lot stronger now. Oh, no way. Man, if the shifter's right here, that's kind of nice. I like that. That might work fucking pretty good, because it used to be way up here. I have to shift like this, hella straight arm. But if it's right here, that's a good distance. I kind of like that. It's one positive thing. Fuck yeah. Man. So I'm gonna take the engine back out and start figuring out what the next step is. All right, so time has passed since. The engine's over here. See wheels right here. The subframe is out. We've done quite a bit. I had my buddy Tan come over, help me with some shit. I'll show you the major thing that I didn't film, just because like I'm really not the best at fab shit, so I really can't film that kind of shit. I need to be able to get things done. So what I did was, well, let me explain. So the end of my transmission has a shortened shifter on it, because CDs have weird shit. So I have this thing, bolts on, right? So when the transmission was going in the transmission tunnel, it could go up, but the e-brake was right here, so it would hit the e-brake. So what I had to do was completely remove the e-brake, because the e-brake panel like indents. Let's see if I have that piece of metal still. Right here. So look. So e-brake has this panel. This is on the side of the transmission tunnel. So the e-brake bolts right here. See how it's concave? That piece was hitting on this inside lip. So this whole piece had to go. With that whole piece being gone, I have a whole new transmission tunnel top. So that's nice. My old shifter hole for the T5 shit was gone. The factory hole for the FC shit is gone. Now I can cut my own new hole for the FC shit with a whole new piece, with the e-brake tunnel being gone. And I test fit the engine with that shit, or with it cut out, and it fits. So that is good. But the rear end is out now, because now that that's done, I pretty much know that the engine will fit. I just have to change the way that I put the chain on it. The engine and transmission will fit in. I'll make a new trans mount, whatever. But there's no reason to get that fully bolted in without having the transmission fully attached with the clutch and the flywheel and all that kind of stuff. So waiting on engine stuff until, ooh, and then I was saying that the pan hits the rack. So I need to get I'm literally going to buy hockey pucks because they're about an inch tall, drill a hole through it, and those will be my spacers for on top of this. Raise the engine up a little bit, I'll get longer bolts because these are literally just through bolts, so I could just get longer ones of these, raise the engine up just fine. I'll get a new oil pan to make it not hit the rack, so I got to get oil pan, clutch stuff, and then once the engine and transmission is like done, don't have to mess with it anymore outside of the car, then we'll put it in, because as you can see, you gotta take the intake off to put it in. So as long as the transmission is permanently attached to the engine, then we can throw it in there and then do the cam and the lifters and all that kind of shit in the engine or in the car. Makes it a lot easier, time goes by faster. So while we're waiting for that stuff, my axle broke, we all know that. I have broken axle. But while looking at this, we found some interesting shit. So here we have a replacement axle shaft for this axle here, the one that's not broken. These are the axles that come with your Ronin Speed 8.8 kit. They come with the axle, or they come with the diff. So you see this little ridge right here is where your boot would ride, just like how right here does. You notice nothing right there, nothing right here. Look at the axle that's in my car. I'm hoping you can see that good. It's fucking twisting. I don't know how in the fuck I'm twisting axles, but it's twisting. You can feel the grooves in it, everything. What the fuck is that? So I'm already gonna get better axles, but that's fucking crazy that I'm doing that to axles. And then also, while we're looking at this, I was like, yo, Tan, does your axle like move back and forth? And he's like, yeah, a little bit. Like maybe like this, right? What the fuck, dude? What the fuck is up with these bitch ass axles? So I'm off that. Figured that out, which is boo-boo. This axle's broke, that axle's fucked up. So need new axles, getting new axles. But when I had the diff in the car, like the whole subframe and shit in the car, I did one of these. I crouched and I looked straight back, right? Straight back. What I saw was this. You see how the diff is not fucking center in that? So that's cool. So my fucking things, my drive shaft flange was like close as fuck to hitting right here and nicking this, which is part of my tink 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 tink. I'm pretty sure I've told you guys about my tink tink tink. And then I noticed right here, this shit's ground down, right? I thought like, oh, maybe I just like scratched it up installing something. So I was like, what the fuck? Then I remembered when I took my drive shaft out, I was like, oh, dude, like a zip tie or something's rubbing on it, right? I'm like, oh, should be reg. So I took the drive shaft off and I saw that. So I was like, oh, something's rubbing on it. It's not nothing too crazy, right? It's not catching my fingernail, nothing. I really don't got fingernails, but it's not catching. And then I roll the drive shaft over. Look at that, dude. The fucking weight was tinking on my subframe. So from the beginning of this car build, when it was blue with the livery and shit, and I test drove it, it was anytime under throttle, anytime just hitting the gas a little bit, ting, 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 and it'd spin up as speed got higher. Couldn't figure it out, had the whole subframe out multiple times. I'm pretty sure there's a video of me doing that already. It was just the fucking drive shaft weight. So yeah, waiting on engine stuff. Gotta do a bunch of subframe stuff. I'll film that because I've done this 1,000 times. I got a new transmission thing. That thing's cool. I'm really proud of that. I'll grind it down, make it better. My seat brackets, the floor's fucked. Somebody jacked it up by the floor. And I had to cut out the factory mounts to get my tall ass to fit without hitting the roof because I'm fucking like 6'2", 6'3". I made these seat brackets fucking way stronger now. These guys used to rattle around and wiggle. Not anymore, way stronger. Those ones over there, a little sketchy, but the passenger side, fuck them. I'll make it stronger. I'm just kidding. I need to weld my battery bracket thing down a little better. That guy in there. So just like finicky little work here and there. But the reason I couldn't film, obviously, like I said, was I was doing fab shit. And then I was kind of just doing a lot of thinking. I really can't film what's going on in my brain. But I showed you what was going on in my brain. So this video might be a little shorter. But in the next one, we'll start fucking with the diff and figuring out how all this is going to work. And I'm saying this now just to put it out there. If I'm doing this diff shit, I'm doing all this engine shit, the inside and the outside of the car, the interior and the exterior aren't going to look that much like shit. So we got to change that. I'm going to talk to the neighbor guy about getting a paint job. So we got some work. We got some work. It definitely is not going to be done until next season. But with what it's going to be, I'm okay with waiting. So for now, that's it. A lot of bullshit. But fun times still, because drifting's fun.